Speaking. Um, so, so today I want to talk about something very important that a lot of us never talk about, and I want to talk about death. Can we find a cure for death? And this is a good question because I asked myself this morning, yes, we can find a cure for death because we were created for a reason. Man was created for a reason. We were created and we was put in this world for a reason. It's a reason why God said he created us by his image. So if we represent God's image, then that means he gave you the breath of life and you became a living soul. So that right there should tell you that you have a purpose of living. That death is just something that, you know, we are doing that will cause her, that will cause us to end it up dying at the end of the day. So let's take an example about this generation because I know death has been exist since, you know, for forever, and the reason is because when when God created us, he created us to do his work, to do his will, and to follow his commandment, which a lot of us has failed. We have failed to follow God's commandment. Let's be real. We have failed to follow God's commandment to the point that even if a person is dying in a hospital bed and they're dying right now and they're screaming for help, like God help me, God is not answering. So it's like the person is dying, whatever it is, people are dying every day. Innocent people are dying. And you have so many people out there that's dying that it's not even their time to die. But the reason why so many of us are dying is because we are not following God's will. We are not following God's instruction. And we are dying because of lack of knowledge. Because the way of sin is death. Whatever you do, that's against God is what the result it will be death. So you gotta understand, when I look at this world, I see so many people, I see a lot of scientists creating this and creating this, all these things that the technology has become, everybody's favorite. Everything that you want to do, business, whatever is technology. And I understand the world is moving forward, but the more, every day we're moving forward, notice that so many people are living less than they're living every day. More people are dying every day than they're living. Nowadays, you ain't gonna meet somebody that's 100 years old or 200 years old or even 500 years old. That's no. You know what I'm saying? Even the people that's 70, they still don't live that long. And I always say, we have learned to accept the word death. We have learned to accept that word. And the reason why we learned to accept, because we were programmed to accept death. We were programmed to say, okay, you know what? At the end of the day, I'm human. I'm going to die. I'm going to die just like everybody else. But one thing that we forgot is that whatever we say and whatever we think and whatever that's in our hearts is exactly what's going to manifest in the physic. So anything that we think and anything that we plan or we sit down and think and make a decision is what's going to manifest in the physical. So many people are dying. People are dying because of the lack of knowledge that we were supposed to receive from God. Because God did not create us to die. He created us to live. Why is it that if God took his time, he took his time to create us. He took his time, he took everything, like all his time, and he rested the 7 days, which was on Saturday. He made sure that he created us to the T, and we became living soul. So if God did that, why is it that at the end of the day, you see a young kid, you see anyone dying? Yes, there is a cure for death. And it starts from us. Everything starts from us. we live in this world. We have created everything. Us men created everything. We have created things that help us travel. We have created things that help us go to different places. We have created jobs. We have created all that. And we also created death. Because how many of us are going to the wrong path every day and we wonder why so many people are dying? How many of us are going to the wrong path every day and not realizing that, oh, it wasn't, at the end of the day, you're not ready to die. No one is ready to die. No one is ever ready to die. But why is it that at the end, when you're about to cross over, as far as your success or whatever you plan, why is it that death comes in and take you out when you're about to blow up and make your dream come true, or whatever you wish to come true? Why is it that death always come to play? It's a reason why. It's not because we curse. We are not cursed, because if we are God creation never curse. We are not cursed. We are blessed. But because of the fact that we are so far gone from God's grace, we are so far gone from the commitment of God, that's why so many of us are dying and we are experiencing death, and there's no return. Because if death was a good thing, then I'm pretty sure that somebody will come back and say, you know what? Don't do it. Because the same thing in life. You learn, right? Just like a baby learn how to walk. Yeah, his parents gonna help him how to walk. He gonna walk, but then he gonna keep crumble. The more he crumble, the more he gets up and the more he try to walk, all the way until he's able to walk. So we are learning things step by step, but at the same time, it comes a certain age where you just gotta make a decision. And this is where it is. This is where this decision is. Because a kid, he wants to walk, and he's going to end up walking. It's the same thing with us. If he accepts walking, he will walk. Just like us. If we decide to find the cure of death, and what is the cure of death? Is basically stop everybody from dying. Because people are dying like crazy. And yeah, of course, everybody say, well, it's normal somebody die. It's normal everybody, we all gonna die. But okay, we all gonna die. But let me ask you something. Why is it that when someone die, it is so sad? Why is it has to be? Why do you have to feel? Why is all of a sudden that natural sadness that come in? Because this is something, and then what's the first thing people always say? Oh my God, like, oh, I didn't want him, he was so young. Oh my God, I'm gonna miss him. You crying, and do you really think God wanna see you like this? Do you really think God wanna see us like this, losing the people that we love and losing the people that we care? No, God did not create us for that. The reason why so many of us are dying is because we have accepted death as a way out. We have accepted death. We say, oh, death is the only solution of my problem. So let me get out by dying, or let me get out by doing something stupid. So I'm going to end up kill myself. Or let me go out there and do drugs or whatever it is. And you ended up dying. That's the mentality, that's the poor mentality that a lot of us has developed over the years. And this is why we are in the fucked up state that we are. And the worst part is, instead of us giving money to the scientists, no, we giving money to the scientists for them to build all these things that we see, technology that is destroying, that is killing us. See, we giving money to them to plant a seed that will kill us even more, because that's what we are doing. That's where we at. We are killing ourselves, and we are experiencing death. Meanwhile, we don't want to die. Meanwhile, we are scared to die. But at the same time, we do things that is pushing us to ended up dying at the end of the day, dying before our time, dying before we even start doing anything, dying before we even start taking care of our family, or dying before we even start a family. Because there's people out there that I know that have died before that time. And people dying every day. You got newborn babies dying. Why? God did. If God created a baby, God did not. He did not brought that baby in this world just for that baby to die. God did not. God did not bring that baby in this world just for that baby to die. Let's be real. That baby died is because of something. It's because of something that happened. It is not something natural. Death is not a natural thing. And this is going to shock a lot of people, because yes, death is not natural. Because why is it I say death is not natural? Is because when okay, see, God, right? The way we think, God don't think the same. God does not have, of course, yeah, he created us. When he say he created us by his image, that means he created us. He took his time to create us. That's what he means about create us by his image. God took his time. He took his divine time and rested the 7 days when everything was accomplished. When everything was accomplished, God rested. But he took his time to create us. That's what he means when he created us by his image. He took his time. He made sure that we were living soul. He made sure that we were perfect. And we are perfect. So he made sure we were perfect. But what happened? We fell short because we disobeyed his word. We disobeyed his law. And that's what we are now. We are in this situation where everybody is dying and we don't even know why. We don't even know how can we stop death. Yes, we can stop death, but it starts from you. You have to make that choice. You have to make that decision. You got to look yourself in the mirror, and you got to let your kids know, your grandkids. You got to let them know. You got to talk to them. If you want to live, do that. Do the right thing. You know what I'm saying? Stop doing this. Stop doing that. You know what I'm saying? All these things that they're doing is going to destroy us. It's destroying us even more every day. Why is it that why is it that you think sometimes, why do you think they push technology so much on everybody? Why do you think that everything that you got to do now is technology? You know, it's the internet. You know what I'm saying? It's this and that. You got to do this. If you want to do a business, it's internet. Everything is digital. You can't go outside and open a business and expect your business to be, to work 100%, because everybody buy even the stuff that we want to get from the store, we get it from the internet. So everything is digital now. But why is it that why is it that way? Because we allow. And how do we allow? Because we give money to the scientists. We give the money that we make, we give it to them every day. So the money that we make, they use it, and that's why they build all these things that they build. And then these things are destroying the world. This thing is making people go crazy. Imagine if death did not exist, trust me, there wouldn't be nobody killing each other. Because guess what? When I say death will not exist, because death it's a possible way. We can make death not exist. We can stop death from not taking everybody. If we focus on God, if we focus on his commandment first thing first, his commandment, that's it. If we focus his commandment, guess what? It's a way of life. God even said, follow his commandment is the way of life. Because we are not, the things that we are doing for ourselves and we doing to ourselves, this is not the way of life. This is a way of death. So it's crazy when I hear people say, I'm scared to die. I don't want to die. I have a family. I don't want to die. I'm scared to die. You scared to die, but you still do things that's pushing you to, that's pushing you towards death, because that's where we're going every day. We are dying every day, but we cannot. If we the thing is this: you can tell a person so much truth, but then it's up to the person to actually accept the truth. And if you are willing to accept the truth, then you will receive the truth. But how many of us don't want to accept the truth? It's a millions and millions of people out here that don't want to accept the truth. So millions and millions of people are dying every single day from diseases, from sicknesses, from cancer, from all these things. And people are dying every day, and they wonder why. They wonder why they cannot achieve a damn thing. But yet they still say, oh, if I die, I'm going to the next life. How the hell do you know that? What if there's no next life? Because yes, I do say I believe in reincarnation. But at the end of the day, let's be real. What if there's no more life? What if this is the be all and end all? What if after this life, we are faced towards judgment? What if after this life, we are all by ourselves and there's no return? Because you got to think about these things. We are living in the last days. When I say the last days, this is the time that when you die, that you can't expect to return in this. You can't expect to return, because I believe that we've been here before. We've been here so many times, and we have done the same thing over and over. We have failed so many times over and over. Because at the end of the day, yes, God can help you, but guess what? He can only help you if you make a choice, and if you decide to change, if you decide to make a change for yourself, that's when he help you. But death is here because we allow and we have accepted death as a way out. That's why we dying every day. That's why people dying out of nowhere. That's why people are killing themselves out of nowhere. That's why people are dying from diseases out of nowhere. That's why people are dying from sickness out of nowhere. That's why people are doing the things they're doing every single day to kill each other every day out of nowhere. Because we have accepted death. We love death. You know what I'm saying? We love death. The things that we do is killing us. The food that we eat is killing us. The things that we drink is killing us. So we have accepted death more than we accepted the gift of life. That's why we are dying the way we are. And we cannot blame nobody but ourselves. We cannot blame nobody. We can't blame God for none of that. Because the reason why God has his word, he brought us his word, which is the Bible, and he gave it to us. He gave us that. But we chose to not follow his word. We chose to follow our own word. That's why we are dying the way we are. So you cannot expect God to help you when you are in danger. You cannot expect God to help you if you are dying. You cannot expect God to heal you if you're sick, because you're not doing anything God said to do. You're doing what you want to do because you can care less about his word and his commandments. So hell, what you think? You know what I'm saying? We need to stop being hypocrite, because a lot of us are very hypocrite towards God. We are very hypocrite as human. We are very hypocrite towards each other, and we are very hypocrite towards God. So how the hell are you expecting to be helped? And how the hell can you expect to find a cure for death when you actually live, breathe death every day of your life? When you go to work, you deal with the stress, you deal with depression, you deal with anxiety. All these things brings death. And you cannot expect to live because you have already accepted death as your second escape. So when people get sick and people get depressed, they say, "Oh, I think the only way for me is to just die. I just want to die." So yeah, of course, you know what? Since you say that, oh yeah, you will die. Because remember, the power of the word is in the tongue. You carry the tongue. So whatever you say out of your mouth, if you say death is the only solution for me, if you say death is the way because we all gonna die, you're like, we all gonna die, so what the hell? You know what I'm saying? We all gonna die. You see, we have accept that mentality, that poor mentality, that we all gonna die. So guess what? We all dying. We have accepted that there are going to be killers out here. Yeah, guess what? It's a whole lot of killers out there. We have accepted that it's gonna, oh my God, like all these diseases, oh my God, like what is this and what is that? Same thing. For example, I'll give you an example. It's like you're walking down the street and you see a dog. First thing first, when the dog look at you, he can sense that if you're scared or if you're not scared. If you're scared, he gonna bark. If you're scared of the dog, he gonna bark. But if you're not scared, you just walk right past the dog, he ain't gonna say a damn thing. He gonna look at you like of course, it's the first time he see you. But if you're scared, he gonna sense that. It's the same thing with death. If you're scared while you're walking down the street and you see a dog, if you're scared, the dog is gonna attack you. It's the same thing with death. If you live every day and you have a mindset and your mindset is like, I'm living, I have a purpose of living, and I have a reason why I'm living, and I have and this is my mission. This is what God brought me in this world to follow his purpose. So I'm living because this is what God brought me here for. So if you put that in your mind instead of putting death in your mind, because I know a lot of us are scared. And honestly, a lot of us are scared. A lot of us fear God because of death. Because we're scared to die. A lot of people are scared. They're scared of God because of death. Because they're scared to die. They don't want to die. So that's when they fear God. A lot of us, imagine if death did not exist, a lot of people wouldn't even care. And guess what? People still don't care. So they have accepted death as the way out. They have accepted death as the second option. So yes, death is here. So when people die, oh my God, like we shocked, we surprised, like, oh my God, I can't believe he died. I can't believe she died. I can't believe this happened. I can't believe this happened. I can't believe that happened. But guess what? You have accepted. You have accepted that you're going to die. So of course, death is coming. Death is coming for everyone because it's already here. We have created something. It's the same thing. Like I say, us men, God gave us the power. God gave us the power of thinking. God gave us the power in the word. God gave us the power in everything that we do. The things that we created every day, we create all these buildings and all these cars. It was word that transformed into reality. Things that we spoke into existence has come into reality. This is the reason why all the things that's happening in this world is happening now. Because this is something that we have accepted. We have accepted death as a way out. So now we have created a monster in this world that's called death. And this is not the first time. Death has been around since Christ, even before Christ. And this is something that our foreparents have accepted. This is a curse that they have accepted, that they are going to die. Because, and it followed, and you see, this is why I say we living in a generation curse. Because our forefather accepted death as, okay, we're going to die. So it has become a tradition. It has become a tradition. In the world, it don't matter where you're from. Everybody's dying. If it's not the same way, everybody's dying in the same type of condition. Everybody's dying is going to die. Everybody's going to end up in the cemetery. Because this is something that we have accepted a long time ago, that yes, we're going to die. Because we knew that the shit that we are doing is killing us. But yet we still doing it because we look at now, we made it death seem like it's something that's normal. Death is not a normal thing. Because if if it was a normal thing, I'm pretty sure that God wouldn't have wasted his time create all of us and brought us here and made us a living soul. He made us a living soul so we can follow his purpose and we can follow his commandment. This is why he made us. He made us not to die. He made us to live and to spread his word to generation from generation to generation. This is why he brought us here. So when we die, that means we have failed something. We have failed a mission that we were supposed to accomplish and we didn't accomplish because we're too focused on giving money to the freaking sciences. And while they're building all this fucking fucked up shit that's killing us slowly, we out here asking ourselves, oh, I don't want to die. I don't want to die. But yet you already created death. You already give power to death. So now you're scared of death. You know, you're scared of death. God did not give us the fear of death. God did not give us the spirit of fear. He gave us the spirit of strength and like go for it and just fight whatever fight whatever you face in your life. That's the spirit God gave us, the spirit of a warrior. But now we scared. We fear death. Then we love life. We love death. Then we love life because this is something that we think every day. This is why we do the things we do because we don't, I don't want to die. I know I'm going to die, but you know what I'm saying? But then when it happens, we are surprised. We be like, I wasn't ready for that. I wasn't ready. Nobody's never ready. But how can you stop this? How can we stop this? We have to come together, man. We have to come together as a people. And I don't know if this will ever happen because I'm just like spreading the message. But this is I'm speaking for myself. I'm speaking for everybody else because we are in the same boat and we are facing this every day. So this is not something brand new. This is something that we need to start thinking about because if death is here, then and people are dying like this, and you see so many people dying like this from being sick, from all these things. Something is wrong. We are doing something wrong that we don't realize that what we are doing is freaking wrong. And when the time comes for us to die, then we scream. You know, you hear people scream before they die. You hear people cry before they die. You hear people shout before they die. If death was so good, why would somebody scream in their sleep? Why would somebody cry in their sleep? Why would somebody be scared, be traumatized? You get what I'm saying? You know, if death was so good, then killing people would be okay because that's part of dying. When you hurt somebody in a way that you know they're not going to come back, that's death. You just give them death. They are dead. You just killed them. You just took their life. So death is not a good thing. Death is something that we have to escape. And how can we escape? Follow God's commandments. If we cannot follow God's commandment, I don't know what it is. Because me talking right now, I have to follow God's commandment. And this is a message that goes for every one of us because we are in a fucked up situation right now in this world. And we don't know where we're going. We live every day, but we don't know. A lot of people that's dead before us, that's gone now, our families, and some people in our families, and some people in our, our friends, our childhood friends, and a lot of these people that's gone, we don't even know where they're at. We don't even know if they came back. We don't even know where they're at. We don't know what they're experiencing. We don't know if they're looking back now and say, damn, I should have done something. I should have done this different while I was on earth. I should do this different. And I'm pretty sure that some of them ask themselves that same question. Like when they look back, the people that's dead, when they look back, they be like, I should have done something different. But it's too late. You can't do nothing different now because you're gone. There's nothing you can't come back and tell me what's out there or you know what I'm saying? You can't, it's not like that. It's not like you made a mistake when you was young and then when you got old, you can tell me not to make the same mistake. It's not the same thing. Death is a whole different ball freaking game. Death is is something that you cannot come back. Death is something that you cannot come back and tell your grandkids that they need to get their life straight. Death is not it's not something that you can come back and tell the whole world they need to follow God's commandment, because so many of us people that have died are people that have died. They right now, a lot of them die miserable. A lot of them die in a bad situation. A lot of them die because they wanted to escape something from life. They wanted to escape life. They wanted to escape the breath of life. So they gave themselves to death. They accepted death as their way out. So at the end of the day, guess what? They either die from sickness, suicide, probably was killed, probably was playing traffic, and something happened to them and they're gone. They're not here no more. So us that's here, we have to start thinking about how the hell are we going to kill death. And yes, I believe we can kill death. And death can be anything. It can be spiritual death. It can be physical death. It can be any like mental death. It can be anything. Anything can represent death. Anything can represent death. Because, like, that's what I'm saying. Anything can represent death. So we have to find out, like, the best way for us to kill. We need to start focusing on how the hell are we going to kill death. And the only way is it can start from you and me. And the only way that we can stop. Imagine if death did not exist. You think the shit that we're going through in life, you think we would go through it? Because at the end of the day, if we come to an agreement, if we as a people come to an agreement and we agree with each other about okay, we need to stop this, we need to do something, we need to work on something, we need to start doing something like this, like that, it's gonna happen. This can happen. It has to start somewhere. You know what I'm saying? One person cannot save the whole world. It takes more than one person. Let's be real. It takes more than one person, because one person cannot save the whole world. No. One person cannot save the whole world. It's a reason why we come together as a people, and then we put our brain together and think as a people, and we actually put shit together. It's a reason why we're doing this. But if we ain't doing it and we look at each other like we crazy, like what the hell this guy's talking about? What the hell she talking about? If we doing all that stuff, how the hell can you think we can find a cure for death? We can never find a cure for death. We can never find a cure for death because we couldn't, because we haven't come to an agreement. We haven't come to a thinking that we have to do something about it. We have to stop that shit. We have to stop people from dying. We have to stop people from dying before their time. We have to stop these things because yes, we can. We are created by God's image. So God already gave us the power of doing things, of saying things. That's why God said, be careful what you say. Be careful what you do. Be careful where you're going. Be careful where you put your feet at. Be careful where where you put your heads at. That's what God keep telling us in his word, and he keep teaching us every day that we have to be careful about the things that we do and the things that we say and the things that what we are built and the things that we bring to life. Because we can take a metal, like, man, this is how powerful we are. We can take like this, like a candle, right? We can take a candle, and tomorrow anyone can create a candle and make a giant candle out of it. Like make a machine candle out of it. That's how powerful man is. That's how powerful that God creation, that's how powerful we are. That's the power God gave us. Because when you start speaking about something, guess what? It becomes reality. It becomes reality. Whatever you say becomes reality. How many of us spoke about death? And let me say this. It's a reason why a lot of these rappers keep talking about death in their music. Because they already understand that the word and the program and words program faster than anything. Words destroy faster than a freaking machine gun. Words destroy anything faster than a person that wants to kill you. Words is a powerful weapon that a lot of us had to be very careful when we use our word and we use to do things and we use to think. Because when you can also think with your words. You don't necessarily have to say it, but by you thinking about it, guess what? It's going to manifest. And you are going to create that monster, which is called death. And this is why we created. We created death. The only way we can get rid of death is follow God's commandment. That's it. The only way we can stop death and we can cure death is to follow God's commandment. So death, we ain't got to worry about death no more. We ain't got to worry about nobody dying. We ain't got to worry about nobody going. We ain't got to worry about our grandma, our grandfather, our grandkids, and our sons, and somebody die. We ain't got to worry about none of that shit because we doing something right. And we will know, because when you're going to look down the street and you're going to look out there, you're going to go out there somewhere out there, you're going to see the difference. You're going to see like, wow, look at that. You know what I'm saying? You ain't going to hear no freaking noise. You ain't going to hear somebody screaming down the street saying somebody got shot or somebody died, or somebody in the hospital screaming saying that they just lost their life or they just died from this. It's a reason why we are killing ourselves, man. And my thing is this, everything that has to do with death, it has to do with the stuff that we eat, the things that we do, the things that we say, the things that we, our action, our words, and the things that we create. These are the things that has to do with death. We create so much technology that is destroying the world. It's destroying us. It's destroying the way we breathe. It's destroying the way we speak. It's destroying the way we think. We can't think for ourselves no more because we are so we like prisoners. So we let everything think for us. And then we just like sit back and just like program. We just program to the max. So we can't think for ourselves no more. We can't find the solution of our problems no more. So we create something, you know what I'm saying, that's opposite than what God created. Because yes, God created everything. But guess what? Why is it that things are dying? Why is it that people are dying? Because this is something that we have accepted. Death was already around. Death been exist. We just accept it. Just like any quote leaders, just like any pastors, just like any rappers. You know what I'm saying? The motherfucker can be he can be talented as hell. But if you accept that person, if you accept that kind of rapper or that kind of style, you're gonna breathe life into it. So yes, we have breathed life into death. We have give death life. We have made death more scary than live. So we fear death as like, oh my God, like like we scared. We are more scared of death than we are more scared of God. That's why we don't follow God's commandment, because if we fear God, then I'm pretty sure that a lot of us wouldn't have gone through the things we go through. I'm pretty sure that a lot of us, we have a better life, and we live longer than 500 years, than 1,000 years, being 1,000 years old. I'm pretty sure we have lived longer if we have feared God, because we have followed everything he said, everything that he put on the table, because God already set up the rules. The rules is you got to follow the rules. If you decided to not follow the rules, then you become rebellious against God. So that's what we have become. We have become rebellious. So now, guess what? Since we have become rebellious, we have created something else that's called death. So the ways of sin is death. So at the end of the day, let's not be surprised. Let's stop being surprised, and let's stop being shocked that, oh, somebody died or this person died, because this is something that we create. This is something that we have accept. We have accept death. We have accept death because we create so much shit that's killing us. So now you cannot complain why people are dying, because this is what everyone have created. Remember, we are powerful as a people. We are powerful as a people. I don't care who you are. You are powerful as a person. Anybody out there is powerful. You are so damn powerful. You can speak anything towards Anybody, you don't even have to know who they are. And something is going to happen to them right away. Straight up. If you speak something, if you say something right now to somebody or anyone right now, it's going to happen. It's going to come to life. It can be positive, negative, whatever. It's going to happen. That's why, man, it's crazy. Because we speak death every day. We speak death, then we speak life. So when somebody die and death is coming, then we want to run, and we want to run because death is chasing us, because death is coming for us. See, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I say. Because whatever you create, whatever seed that you plant, does not mean it's gonna attack somebody else. It might turn against you, and that seed probably come against you and kill you. So let's be careful, and let's start think about how we're gonna kill death, because the answer is right there. We just we don't have to look too much further. The answer is right here. The answer is right in front of our face. Let's focus on that. Let's focus on, you know what I'm saying, how we gonna, you know what I'm saying, like, kill death. You know what I'm saying? Instead of thinking like, oh my God, I'm scared to die. Oh, I don't want to die. Okay, that ain't gonna change a damn thing, because so many people say the same shit before you. But where they are now, all of them are done. All of them are dead. All of them are gone. A lot of them didn't even accomplish a damn thing. A lot of them didn't even have the time, didn't even have the chance to be 10 years old. A lot of these babies didn't have the chance to be 1 year old. A lot of these newborn baby didn't even have the chance to see their parents. And they all gone. They're all gone because this is something that, and guess what? That's why I said this is a generation curse. Because this is something that we have created from so long ago, even before Christ. This is something that we created. So now it has followed us all the way to 2021. And we still dying even more. We're still dying even more. We have more funerals in Baltimore than somebody graduated from high school or graduated from college. There's more bodies that's found every single day here dying than anybody out here that you're gonna see that made it and go to, have a fucking business. It's more people that's dying every day. Why? Because we have accepted death as a way out. We haven't said, well, if I'm going to go out there, and if I do what I got to do, if it doesn't work out and, I die, it is what it is. You see what I'm saying? That's the fucked up mentality. We have accepted death. So we cannot expect death to disappear, because this is something you create. So now you got to eat it. You cooked whatever food you cooked, nigga, you're going to taste that food. And when you taste that food, it ain't going to taste really good, because you're going to end it up just like everybody else. And everybody else is going to end up just like you, because this is something that you have accepted. You have accepted death instead of accepting God's commandments. You have accepted death instead of accepting the life that God gave you. So how can you expect God to help you in your moments of needs? How can you expect God to hear your prayer and to hear your cries when you need help? You can't. That's blasphemy. Because at the end of the day, you know better than that. We know better than that. We know the things we do every day is killing us. We know the things we doing every day is stressing us. And stress equals death. Depression equals death. Anxiety equals death. Because all these things is going to create something that's going to destroy us. All this shit is creating something every single day that's killing us. Because we have accepted. We have accepted as a normal thing. So now we want to live and we like, oh, I just want to be free. I just want to, but yet, boom. When you go out there, here it comes. Somebody just lost their life. For what? Over some crazy shit. Over some dumb stuff. Some stuff that you could have avoided, and you could have focused on trying to cure death instead of going towards it. So yes, that was my message. That was my message for this evening because I really wanted to talk about this, and I felt like it was important for me to open and to talk about these things because it's very important to talk about these things. And for those who have listened to this video, who has watched me right now, I hope you sit down with one of your friends and one of your family members and you guys can talk about these things, because I think this is something that we have to start thinking, and we have to start talking about it even more, because these things, it's like something's got to end. We say death is a normal thing, but it's not a normal thing. Because if it was normal, then it would be okay to kill. Then nobody's supposed to be like, oh, I'm gonna revenge because someone killed my friend, or somebody killed, it would be okay. We're like, oh yeah, it's normal. You know what I'm saying? No, it's not normal. It's not normal. Death is not a normal thing. This is something that can be cured, but it got to start from you. And how can you kill? How can we kill as a people? We have to start follow God's word. Because if we doesn't, then this is how we're going to end up every day. We dying every day. And it has become something normal. So we can't be mad at God because this is not what God has planned for us. So when a person ended up getting killed, guess what? That's the result. When people ended up dying every day, that's the result of what they were doing when they were alive. The results equals, no, the consequences equal the results. So the death is the result for everybody else that's not following what God has for us and what God wants us to do. Because we want to do whatever we want to do. We want to be free. You know what I'm saying? So we do whatever we want and we don't want to listen to nobody. We don't want to stop giving money to the fucking scientists, because these motherfuckers, they ain't doing a damn thing. They keep creating all these things and it's keep killing us every day, and they know why. They know why. Because we giving them money. We feeding them money. We giving them the tools to kill us, to give us death. So we give them the tools to destroy us. We give them the tools to create all these things, to create all these diseases, and then they come back and trying to play the savior. Meanwhile, millions and millions of people are dying right now in the hospitals, in the ghetto, in the suburban neighborhoods and stuff like that. Everywhere, on the street, everywhere, people are dying, even at work. So yes, this is something that we have to think about, and we got to start talking about it. Because if we doesn't and we keep running away, and I don't want to talk about death. I don't want to talk about, let's talk about something positive. What's positive? What's positive? I tell you what's positive. Talking about how to kill death is one of the positive things that we need to start talking. Because if we doesn't, so many of us are going to keep dying. And this is what's happening. This is the results. People are dying because of the lack of knowledge. What God said, my people are perishing because of the lack of knowledge. So guess what? That's what's happening to us. So until then, if we do not wake up, and if we do not smell the coffee, and we do not decide and make a decision that we want to do something different, and we want to find the cure of death, then guess what? Our people are going to keep perishing because of the lack of knowledge. I hope everybody got the message, and I'll talk to you all soon.